Yo, good morning. It's your boy Mike Nice the Barber. We're out here once again with the morning check-in, checking in on you. That's how we tap in. And if you're not seeing it right now, you see it a little bit later. Just type yo and then check in the comment box to let me know you tapped in. We're talking about something that we know and we rocking and rolling. You know what I'm saying? Hit those hearts, hit those likes, share it, like it, everything. Keep going. Yo, Rolls Royce, what's good? Good morning. Good morning. Peace and love, everybody. Just getting started. Um, Good day today. Good morning. It's gonna be nice today in Atlanta. That's where we. That's where we are coming in from. Good brother. Good morning, Kaz. Good brother, Kaz. Good morning. Just working. Yo. Yeah. Yesterday was We had a no show yesterday, man, for the framework, but he'll be here this morning. So I got about an hour to kick it with y'all, get some to eat and all that stuff, man. Figure out what's next. What's the next for today? Good morning, yo. Who is in the check-in, man? Say what's up. Good morning. Oh, Royce, you everywhere. That's what's up. Hey, Royce, is the music too loud? And on Facebook, I could turn it down a little bit if it is too loud. Hope it's not. Yeah. We getting started. We just getting started. Good morning. Um, so first and foremost, get up with something good on your mind, something positive, because our feet did hit the floor this morning. So we definitely gonna rock with that and be happy that we made it another day. We get a chance to do it all over again. And that's the way oh, you can hardly hear? All right, cool. That's good. I don't want it to be too loud. Um yeah, man, we got a chance to do it over again. We got a chance to do it over again and get it done. Yo, T, good morning. So I was thinking about yesterday, man. It's a good thing that we able to we able to we're able to get up and do it all over again. So that makes it another day to get your dreams started. If you haven't followed yet, follow Planet Neptune podcast show. They in the works of rebuilding and getting it back off the ground, getting going again. Sometimes you gotta take a few steps back to move forward, and you straight. We're gonna keep going. Let's work. I'm ready to work. Um, if you are feeling like you're stuck in a place, that's because you are. You're doing the same thing you've been doing, and it's time to do some switching up. It's time to change up some stuff. Can't keep doing the same things. That's the definition of insanity. If you're still doing the same thing you've been doing and you're not changing, so come on, change the circle, change your habits, all those things, and get rid of those bad habits, get new habits, get good habits. That's what we're working on. You got to keep working. And I got you, T, in 1 second. Um, I got I just was thinking about it yesterday, and I always pass on the information that I get, but there's some more stuff that I'm just going to get into building, just tapping into my brain and doing a little more, more educating myself on a lot of things that I want to know and that I want to show and prove, and so I could be that better example to everybody else. So haven't really been working out like I should, but I've been, I've been working, I've been mobile, and I've been doing stuff active. That's the word. I've been active, but I haven't really hit it like I'm supposed to. So I can get back on it next week. I promise. I'm gonna hit that thing, and I'll be back with some good words. You know, keep going. That's all I gotta say is just keep going with what you got going on. And we working, man. Let's go. Who's out there on the check and tap in? Feel free to tap in. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep going. Yo, so you was off yet. I had to go yesterday. So to recap, we was talking about blaxploitation yesterday, and what does blaxploitation mean? Because I've been arguing with people about this for a long time. You know, people. I'm always in the lesser part. Like people don't want to. They don't believe me. They're like, "Nah, Mike, you wrong. It's this, it's that," because they looking at the word blaxploitation and they taking that exploitation out of it and making it a negative thing. But exploiting something is just bringing awareness to something, right? Hold on. Go ahead, T. Let me look this up. Let me look up. We gotta get to the bottom of this.
And you're looking for the definition of exploitation,
right? Because we gotta do both of them, like the exact definition, right? That's the point. Because when you exploit something, it is a negative thing, right? You looking it up?
No.
Oh, good. I'm about to say. All right. The action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. The action of making use of and benefiting from resources. That's not negative. That's not negative. Steve.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, hold on.
Read the first line again.
But it's two definitions, right?
But read the first line.
We're not going by that one because it could be that. It could be that.
That is what. All right, it wouldn't be brought to us, and we wouldn't be able to watch it if there wasn't people that thought the first line.
Right, but they just gonna think that way. It's not just that; it's other things too, right? You gotta be able to say that. That is the action of making use of and benefiting from resources. So that's not negative if you do using it from that point. Like, all right, let me ask you this. Can you manipulate somebody in a bad way? And can you manipulate somebody in a good way?
I say you can manipulate somebody in a bad way depending on their demeanor. A lot easier than somebody in a good way.
Right. But you still can do it in a good way too, right? Okay, so...
Yeah, but it's just not often done like that. People persuade you to do something evil before they persuade you to do something good.
For sure, and depending on the person, you're right. You're 100% right. We on the same. We rocking the same level right now. All right. So, blaxploitation means it's a black person that wrote the movie, a black person that made the movie, right? Period. That's what a blaxploitation film depicting the black culture in America, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what that is. So, one of the first movies was Sweetback Sound. Yeah. That movie.
Sweetback something. Yeah.
Right. Melvin Van Peebles. Right.
Yeah.
That's Mario Van Peebles' father. If anybody don't know, right? Because they know they know Mario before Melvin. So he was one of the originators. Sean Miller, he was one of the originators, right? So, a lot of people are saying Tyler Perry movies is blaxploitation because it's like coonery. That's what they say. KD, they say it's coonery and buffoonery. So it's like
I can agree with that.
Right. So, but is that the only thing it is?
See, I look at his movies I don't view him as a heterosexual male. You understand what I'm saying? I view him as Medea.
Right.
So his movies are basically depicting black men in a certain light. Like the dark-skinned brothers versus the light-skinned brothers. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. He depicted.
And a lot of his movies, the brown-skinned brothers, the criminal.
Well, all right. So Roy said most of the people were not by black people. I don't know about that. I know they were funded by Mighty Whitey, but I don't know if they were written. I don't know if they were written by black people. So I don't know that part. I know some of them was, like Melvin Van Peebles. That was his movie, right? But I know what he's saying because those they was writing movies. Mighty was writing movies and making these roles, these pimps and these gangsters and drug dealers. They was making those roles for them. and people was coming to try to get in those roles, be a part of those roles. So I know what he's saying. I ain't gonna say that that's not true, yo. But I do believe that. So I'm saying all this to say New Jack City is blaxploitation to me, and people are saying no because it's a cult classic, and I just think that I think it is. I think I think it's more negative than positive. That movie. It's just a good movie. It's just entertaining.
What's going on, fellas?
Yo,
what's up, brother?
So is it clear to say that when you use the term blaxploitation that the movie is always negative?
people say that, but I'm not saying that. I don't agree with that.
That's the cloud that hangs over that word.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't think it hangs over that word due to the fact that it leads off with black.
So what about School Days?
School Days. That's a good question.
Well,
that's a good question.
School Days.
Because
I was just referring to what's up, Roy? I was just referring to what you were saying, brother, about the light skin and black skin. Remember they had the jiggabees.
Yeah, and the wannabes.
What up?
You know what I'm saying? The light skin and the black, they put them against each other, and that kind of like created this narrative in our own societies where dark skinned girls start to feel less confident in themselves because they felt that they had to look like Gina. You know what I'm saying? That's why and then also like the spinoff was like Mornin when they had Gina and Pam, and Pam was always depicted as the ugly one.
And the single one, the one that couldn't get a date, like ugly, she was there.
Ugly, single,
BDB, nappy hair.
Sometimes we don't realize the impact that one thing might do on an entire generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that movie, which was very, it was a good movie. It depicted a lot of things. But it also brought out a lot of misconceptions of black people. You know what I'm saying? And that dark-skinned girls are ugly, and light-skinned girls are pretty.
Yeah. Right. You know what Rolls Royce, what you got?
So what's going on, fellas?
Chilling.
The thing, okay, well, my thing with the blaxploitation movies, historically, bro, the problem that came, and I was a little boy during the 60s. And the thing about the 60s that I remember more than anything, my mom. Our whole family. I remember our whole family. We went to Bear Mountain. We took a bus trip up there. Dude, the whole bus was full of nothing but families my mother's age. Everybody dressed in black clothes, afros. This is the first time in the 60s, the first time since the 20s, that black people wasn't greasing their hair and looking like we was looking like black people. And the whole thing was, it was the James Brown say it loud, I'm black. That's what created that era. And the thing about it is it created a black unity where black people walked past each other for the first time and said, yo, what's up, my brother? And that's how we were dealing with each other. And the blaxploitation movies came out and killed that. The same way that let's say the gangster rap killed the Public Enemy stuff. And I could say this to you. This is my thing about the Public Enemy thing. I think the gangster rap was needed. I think the problem was that they shut down all of the pro black stuff and replaced it with the gangster rap. I think if both of them would have existed at the same time, you could tell both stories of the hood, and it would be good. Those blaxploitation movies created heroes of drug dealers and pimps, and so the James Brown era got shut down behind that, and that was the reason why. And it was a group of white people that put those movies out. Even if, like you said, they may have been written by black people and whatnot, but it was a group of white people who consciously put that out there to change the narrative so that the Peace My Brother era ended and the I Want to Be a Pimp era came about.
Right. T, what you got?
Were there any black movies that was written by white people that came out that is worth giving like credit to? Like say, well, you know what, that was a good movie. Do we have any of those, or was every movie that came out you know what I'm saying, as far as black exploitation, were they bad?
Yeah, but bad movies could be good. Like negative movies could be a good movie still, right? That doesn't mean that it's a bad movie because, like, are you saying a negative movie, or are you saying like just generally like it's a good film? Like I'm trying to figure out your question.
Well,
who you asking, Prince or me?
Yeah, I'm asking Prince.
Say the question again, Mike.
I'm saying you said were there any good movies, but I'm saying a negative movie could be still a good storyline. It still could be a good movie. So I'm trying to differentiate. What do you mean between, you know, is it a good movie or is it a good movie?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, like I'm just asking a question. I'm asking like a question. Like, was there any movies that was written by white that was sort of black exploitation? Was it good for us? Like, has there anything been put out there for us that we can say, yo, man, we are thankful for that movie? I really don't think that there's many. No, I'm saying that especially that come out of your head.
None. They all had their version of shucking and jiving in it, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? They always had. They like, for instance, James. What was it? Hammer. Who was Hammer? What's that guy's name that played Hammer?
What's his name? The Hammer.
Williamson.
Fred Williamson. I met him one time. I said, "Yo, you the Hammer?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm the Hammer."
Like all of those movies. Truck Turner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all of those. Yeah. You know what I mean? They put certain people like they do now. They put the certain people that they know we will follow in these roles because they know they're gonna get our dollar.
But the whole thing was to make clowns out of people. Yo, bro, the Black Panthers had a look. There was a thing about the Black Panthers, and those movies came to oppose that.
Yeah,
and that was what they did. Like when you asked about a good movie, this was a great movie, but it was just full of clowns. You remember Car Wash?
Yeah,
of course.
Car Wash came out. Yo, it had all of the new. The soundtrack was off the chain.
But
everything
think about
that movie was dope.
But
not it was just black clowns.
But think about it. Not to cut you off, they respent it with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
Yeah, but it wasn't good as the original though.
Basically, for those who didn't see the one that we saw, this is what you see. You might have heard about it, but you're gonna get a perception of, oh shit, this is probably how it was back then, when it absolutely wasn't.
Agreed.
Well, you remember Richard Pryor in the movie, in the original Royce? You remember him when Richard Pryor was on?
Yeah.
And he was like a Reverend Love or something.
I forgot what was the girls group that came out and backed him. So they had every celebrity. That movie was
the Pointer Sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Pointer Sisters.
So that was a blaxploitation movie, right? Or not?
You got to think about it like this, bro. You had young black teenagers, age 16 to 20 something, walking around, physically stopping the police, literally feeding the children, literally doing stuff. Now, after that, you got people that think that being Shaft and being Superfly is cooler than being Huey Newton. But that's where the problem came from.
But you know why? Because Superfly is more accessible to us. You understand? We can come out the house and see 100 Superflies.
Exactly.
You're never going to see a Hampton.
So you got a lot of black people that was in the audience looking at these movies, and they were really happy to finally see a brother and a sister on the screen, just to get them a negative place. They were so happy, and these people were the heroes. They were our heroes. The pimp was our hero.
I got a friend, man. And as a matter of fact, he's a relative of people that y'all know. I'm gonna keep it because I don't know if they want to share this. But when we was coming up, I was probably maybe about 5th, 6th grade.
Yeah.
And their older brother was a pimp. Dude, when I tell you the most amazing Christmases, and everybody I know, even us, we all got gifts, bro. We ain't really even know family like that. But this cat, he must have put out like literally tens of thousands of dollars, to make sure everybody had Christmas. but you're at the expense of all of these women.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta. I remember having an argument with somebody. I remember this girl telling me, right? It's a dude up the block. He be hustling. All he do is sell a bag of this and a bag of that. He be hustling. It ain't like he killing nobody. It ain't like he this and he ain't.
25 minutes.
I said, no, this is the thing you got to think about. The neighborhood that I live in right now, my children's bikes can go in my front yard, and when we wake up in the morning, they there. Yo, we got a shed. My lawnmowers is in the shed. I don't worry about them in that way. If a dude sets up the block from me, every single flat screen on my block will be stolen within the next year. Every single lawnmower will be stolen. Every child's bike will be taken, so he can get rims for his car.
Yeah.
So as it seems innocent, and so if one time a year he puts out thousands of turkeys or whatever thing he does to try and clear his conscience, the whole year he did that because some young lady was on her knees doing something she shouldn't have been doing, because somebody's shed got broke into, because somebody's TV got stolen. So you can't make heroes of these criminals that are stealing, they robbing a neighborhood to get wealth, man. And so when you create an image that makes that dude the super dude, even the Christmas that he gives everybody still ain't fly at the expense of the people he's doing it.
It's sad to say, but people like free shit. So it doesn't matter who's giving it to you.
You're right.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna appreciate it. You're gonna accept it. Because you ain't do nothing for it.
Those dudes is giving out turkeys in Baisley and throwing that Bear Mountain chip and all that. And everybody's like, yeah, they did this for the hood. What else did they do for the hood? Tell me what else they did.
And you know, especially Baisley. Don't even want to talk about the last beat down I seen because the dude messed up $50 or whatever.
Humiliated.
These are the same people that you seen in violent situations because there's no escaping it. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if you're around. So it's like, okay, I just seen you do this crazy shit to this person, but then, like you said, Thanksgiving, it's hey everybody, here you go.
There you go, giving out turkeys. He taking care of the hood. You better get down there. Y'all, girl, you been down there?
And what do? We protect them. We protect them because we don't want the free shit to end.
Exactly.
That's what happens, man. And that's why I wanted to bring light. That's why I wanted to bring light to it. You know, but can blaxploitation be good? Can it be a good thing too?
See, this is the thing.
No, Mike, you know what? I'm going to tell you.
At that time, it wasn't.
Cut you off, bro.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I'm just saying to Mike.
In the beginning, Mike, and this is the thing, man. Across the board, like I hear all of these arguments online where people are saying, you know, like an old man marrying a younger girl. He's only doing it because he can do this and only doing it for this.
Right.
The reality of that, man, is if you got a young man who really wants to uplift a young woman, a greatness can come from that. It's just that rarely is that the case. And so when you saying this exploitation, yes, it could. If you could really trick, like there was one of those movies. What was it called?
Claudine.
Where they used to kidnap people, put them in a van. Beat
them up. Yeah. What's the one that Spike Lee did that joint?
Exactly.
Right.
So one out of 300 movies, bro, had a potential, and you still doing crime by kidnapping somebody and beating them up.
Right.
But again, something good could come from that, I guess. But my point in this whole thing is, as a general rule, if you could get a whole bunch of older men to marry young women and teach them how to be women and teach them how to do and make sure that they correct, make sure that they personal back. If a man really went into it like that, the world would be a better place. All of these young women would be in a better position. Yeah. It's just that very few older men are really going into it for that. And so I feel the same way about that exploitation movies. The majority of people are doing it because it's absolutely going to sell.
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%.
Think about that time, right? Like they're not doing. You cannot do a black exploitation movie now, at all. You can't.
Well, Shaft wasn't that long ago. The new Shaft with Samuel.
Yeah, but that shit was. I mean, come on.
What?
Really?
What?
I mean, come on.
What?
All three of them dudes. I mean, come on, man.
They had on all white.
Huh?
Was they the Snow Gang? What were they? They had on all white. They all were all white. They was drug dealers.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were flamboyant.
I'm just saying that.
But think about the ending of it. They all got murdered.
Right.
They all got wiped out at the end.
Right.
In the beginning, they showed them enjoying life. Yeah, we Snow Gang. Nigga, blah, blah, blah.
But that's what it is, man. That's it. That's it. So, okay, so was Cornbread Earl and me blaxploitation?
Yeah. All of those movies.
Yeah, that might fall into the category you're talking about, though, Mike. Because that movie definitely infused the black community.
Of course.
Yeah. Coolie High.
People was angry after that movie, right?
Yeah, Coolie High. All that shit.
Yeah. Joel.
Thank you. Yo,
what's up,
Yo.
man?
Good morning.
What up?
Yo, Mikey, I'm signing out for a few, man. I'll be listening.
All right. I'm on real quick because homeboy just called me and said, "Yo, we're about to be there in a few minutes." So I'm still be on for a little while.
So I got
this
some good
working.
news.
Good stuff. Yo, L, take care, bro.
All right, you too.
Good speaking to you.
All right, Royce.
Yeah, so I applied for this program director spot last Friday. I start Monday.
Oh, word! Congrats, yo.
Thank you. Now, what y'all was talking about, I caught the tail end of the black exploitation movies.
What's blaxploitation, and can it be a good thing as well as a negative thing? Can it be both? And was New Jack City? Because I'm having an argument with people. Was New Jack City blaxploitation?
So, first, in my opinion, the blaxploitation movies of the 70s are totally different than the ones they are now. Here's why. If you go back and you listen to the dialogue of the blaxploitation movies, they were always anti-establishment. They call cops pigs. They call white people whitey. They was always anti-establishment. Even though, like, look at the map, it was about pimping, but they were anti-establishment. It's not to take anything away from the exploitative aspect of it. But plenty of movies, they make black exploitation movies today. The remake of Superfly.
Right.
That was black exploitation.
Yeah.
Right? Let me see what else. The majority of the hood movies are
So you say New Jack City is?
Absolutely.
Right. So people saying no to me. I don't know why.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the people that's probably saying no don't have a realization of that life. They're just viewing it as entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking it as something different because we're familiar with it.
No, he said, one of my friends said, Mike, but it's real life. Those other movies is just entertainment. This is New Jack City was real life. I said, okay.
Real life?
Like, no, I mean, we all seen like from the movie, we know people that's like that. We know what crack did.
But to the capacity of what they did, it's not gonna be like that.
So listen.
Read the hard way.
New Jack City
Read the
was
hard
an
way.
exaggeration.
Yeah.
Not with the amount of money they was getting, but what happened in the movie. And no drug crime family took over a building and ran it like that, putting gay like that didn't happen. That didn't happen. That never happened.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I never happened.
About that shit. Like that was fictional. Like a lot of that shit was fictional, but it was a good story. You understand what I'm saying? The people that I know that was getting money, they didn't dress like that.
No,
they didn't act like that.
Not even that. They didn't even using Smokey as an informant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't come back and say, "Hey man, what's up?" After they know you was over there.
Yeah, the majority of that was an exaggeration.
Yo, can you come back? Can you come back from being a crackhead, yo?
And work in a spot?
Do you ever?
Backing up?
Hell no, they wouldn't.
Absolutely not.
Hell no.
Pookie couldn't do that.
Pookie would. Are you kidding me?
I said Smokey. I meant Pookie.
Right. Yeah, that's
Put it like this. You know what is it?
What about Shaft? Shaft was a hero. Shaft was blaxploitation.
You know what's a really good black exploitation movie
What?
that was done by black people that had a twist to it? I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Right. It was funny. They made light of those blaxploitation movies. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah,
and
they made spoof of it. They made fun of it. Yeah.
But we look at those people as heroes, the actors as heroes. So
listen, you know what was one of the best blaxploitation movies, and people will probably disagree with me that it's a blaxploitation movie. Life with Martin and Eddie.
Was that blaxploitation?
I
don't think that was blaxploitation.
I don't think so.
What is the elements of a blaxploitation?
The dialogue, like as you said earlier, the dialogue in that movie wasn't nothing like it. No, that was what it was. If you was in that situation.
So
yeah, I mean, it started off racist. If you want to put it like that, because that's the element that led him there. But I mean, as far as the movie as a whole, nah.
Yeah, because I can't just say that's like, that was black culture, in life. That did happen. There was people was on a chain gang and they was getting railroaded and all that stuff. But I still ain't going. I don't know.
Change the word was, because people are still on chain gangs in your state, Georgia, today.
100%. They still on chain gang.
You could be sentenced to the chain gang.
They still chain gang. Yeah, I know people that was on the chain gang.
So what define blaxploitation?
It's hard.
I'll show you how.
It's hard.
Why?
It's just it's so many definitions of it. Like if you look it up, it's just so many.
Give me one. Simplify it.
Okay. The depiction of black culture in America.
Depiction of black culture in America.
Yeah. Steve said The Last Dragon. You would say that, Steve. Get out of here, Steve.
So,
Steve.
So drug dealing was black culture. Pimping was black culture.
Yeah, 100%.
It was culture.
Black culture. Yes. That's what we did. That's what we did. Are you kidding?
First of all, there are more white drug dealers than there are black. Always have been, always will be.
But the depiction,
you said black culture.
The depiction was our black culture. That's what it was. We all grew up around it. That was the culture. That was the culture. It was selling drugs. It's what you did.
Okay, so you say if those qualify as black cultural movements, I guarantee you know more people in prison than you know drug dealers, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how is that not black culture? How is not prison black culture if it's about what we do? If you know more people that's doing one thing over the other, that has to qualify for it by your own definition.
It's still teetering the line. It's still teetering the line.
Because it's prison?
So what about New Jack City? Is that black culturation, exploitation?
Yes.
No, it is black exploitation. So I think my definition
is fictional.
But that's why I said it's a bunch of different definitions. I can't just take one. It's a bunch of them. Because you can ready to give me another one.
My definition of blaxploitation is taking some type of hardship that black people face, turn it into entertainment or comedy and profiting from it.
Good times.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a whole bunch that, if that's the case.
I mean, I get your point. I mean, if we want to put life in there, but I just ain't putting life in there. I just don't think life is one of them.
And I respect that, but the reason why I say from my perspective, why life was blaxploitation, but at its excellence, is because they was able to show what's been going on for X amount of years in a way to people, and people were able to digest it, and they really didn't. Most people didn't even understand what that movie was about. It wasn't about Martin and Eddie's relationship. It was about wrongful convictions.
Yeah, now you're right.
That's what that movie was about. That movie was about being sent to prison for a crime, how easy it was to be sent to prison for a crime that you didn't commit, and the corruption of like a whole system, police, courts, all of that.
You know, I'll throw it in the pot. I'll throw it in the pot. I'm put an asterisk next, like the Lakers won the bubble championship. I'll put an asterisk next to it though.
But you got to also remember that it started off with them moving moonshine.
That was black culture. Okay, well, we're gonna say that it is
black culture.
That's black culture.
That's what I'm saying.
That is black culture.
That's how they became friends, because one nigga got caught and the other nigga's like, I need help.
But see,
what about Shaka Zulu?
Yo, Steve, you gotta chill. Yo, Steve, you gotta chill. Yo, Steve, you gotta chill.
I'm saying, these movies, Shaka Zulu, that was.
Hey, yo, that's not Black American culture, Shaka Zulu, man.
Oh, it's not black. Oh, all right, it gotta be American culture. All right, hold on.
Yeah, Steve. Hey, yo, Steve.
My bad. The original American culture.
But see, I see the difference with life, right, is we were glorifying street life, right, in those days. We still do. We're glorifying pimps and hoes, and we glorifying drug dealers, like Wilcox just said, glorifying street life. And life, nobody was like, that was circumstances. So that wasn't just, it was something that happened to people, but it wasn't things that we were doing to ourselves. We were actually doing the pimping, and it wasn't a white man telling us, yo, go pimp. We was doing it to ourselves. So that's what makes it black culture, not because you got locked up, and that's black culture because you got locked up. That's the system. So it's a little different. It's just a little different.
So do you think that young people who go into start selling drugs is not situational? You think that's volunteer? Like they don't see their situations as dire or bleak, and they like, I have to.
Not everyone. Not everyone. Not everyone.
I didn't say everyone.
Right. So yeah, it could be some people. A lot of people say, "Yo, I had nothing else. That's the best means of making money." So they did it.
Okay, so then now you're looking at pimping from the perspective of a pimp. What about the women who were prostitutes? Not all of them volunteered to do it. Same premise.
Nah, man. See, you splitting hairs. You splitting hairs.
You can't have one without the other. They're both traumatized. These are both trauma. These are two. You understand what I'm saying? Like the women traumatized by letting the man do it, and the guy is traumatized by forcing his will on her. Because that's what it is.
Yeah, but my point is.
No, now you gotta give me a hug.
Yo, two people got to tap off because we got a couple of people want to get in.
I'll tap off since you're talking about black culture.
Yo, Steve, get out of here.
Yeah, you talking about Shaka Zulu.
Hey yo, Steve is mad ill. First he said The Last Dragon, and then he said
Shaka Zulu.
Yo, Steve, Grief on Grief, what's up? Yo.
Hey, what's going on?
What you got, brother? I know you got some insightful stuff. What's up?
Well, first, congrats to the brother, man. Glad to hear that.
Sir. Thank you.
Well, I'm coming on to be supportive of L. Life is definitely a black exploitation movie.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna tell you why. First, the parameters of the exploitation is not always. One aspect is how we glorify the things that are going on in our community, but the other aspect of it is the filmmakers catering to something that we deem we can relate to. The exploitation piece of it is simply you putting on the screen something that our people can relate to about being wrongfully convicted and not having the right counsel. I'm gonna tell you why, Mike. I believe we struggle with it though. It's because movies continue to come out because we continue to not change the narrative. There's a lot of brothers that have been wrongly convicted. They're doing something about it. So you won't see too many more life movies. It's not going to appeal to anybody because we changed the narrative. When I think about New Jack City, I make jokes about this, bro, but the exploitation piece of it is you got to look at all these films sometimes to see the underlying exploitation in them. And sometimes we skip over that. You know, if it's not about a drug dealer, not about pimps and gangbanging, it's not exploitation, but there's so many narratives. When you watch New Jack City, if I know all of y'all remember the old man that comes in there and speaks to Nino. And he looks at Nino when Nino is handing out this money to these kids, and he goes, "You causing genocide on your own people." That narrative right there was a part of the movie for me that showed me that this is a black exploitation film on film. But that man right there, the narrative, he's trying to change that. He goes, "You killing your own people." So he's saying to most of the people in the community, stop glorifying drug dealers because they're killing our communities. But when we walked away from the film, more people want to be drug dealers. They want to be the old man.
Of course.
So
Nobody wanted to be the old man.
Oh yeah. And so a lot of these movies that they put out, we just don't change the narrative. Is what do you take away from it? And the reason when I heard Elle say that, I'm like, wow, I'm just saying that, bro. People been like, nah, that was a good movie. But it was still exploiting people's lives that have been ruined, man, been destroyed. And we go, well, that's a common thing. So let's go buy it. The movie was good. Let's go to hear the comedy. Eddie Murphy's in it. But it was a deeper meaning in the movie where we was being exploited. They were getting rich off in Hollywood. But it was dehumanizing our people, our culture, and just not having no compassion for the brothers and sisters that's locked up, and that's their story.
Yeah, I still don't agree.
Well said.
I mean, it was good and everything, but I don't. So.
I'm with you because it's like.
So look at the different cultural aspects of it. Remember when they went to go to Mississippi to pick up the moonshine, and it was like, what was that under the hill? That down in the bayou, the juke joints and all that. Black culture. It was so many things that depicted black culture in the early 1900s. There was even emphasis on the Green Book when she was like, when they went up in there talking about trying to buy a slice of pie, and she was like 35 miles. Like, so there were things in there that it was hitting gems, and I think that, like, for me watching it, I'm telling you, like, watching it, it was like, it's partly due to my prison experience, but I walked away with that movie. Actually, it was funny, but it made me cry because I know people. I knew people who went through that, and I know people who was going through that right now. And it was so accurate on some of the things that go on even today. And it was a timepiece movie, but it's extremely accurate about how easy the things like that go on.
You know what?
It's not something that's broadcasted, but like you said, it's the narrative is being changed. So movies that come out like that, it's more than, it'll be received more as a documentary than as a piece of entertainment.
I agree with you. I now that I just thought about something, I can say it is a black exploitation movie because think about the baseball scene where Can't Get Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just thought about that.
That's true. That's true.
Depiction of black exploitation.
We'll put it in the pot. We'll put it in the pot with black exploitation. I'll go with it.
That's it right there.
I'll go with it.
You're not the gatekeeper, Mike. For what's the?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, for me, in my opinion, and to make things more rounded, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make our list, because people have a list, and they have a list. Like, people have different lists, and everything ain't a fact. It's based on it's based on opinions. You know what I'm saying? Really, everything ain't a fact that we saying. But I'm gonna say with us, I'm gonna just say our list. I'll add it to our list too. You know what I'm saying? For me. Yeah, I am the gatekeeper.
That movie. Did you like the movie like Mike?
Yeah, it was funny.
See, I liked it too, right? But I got an uncle who did 20 years for a murder he didn't commit. He hated that movie.
Oh, well, you're gonna get that.
Yeah, he said because they were exploiting me and putting my life on the screen and making it funny. That's why I was saying it was exploitation, because you took the true life of somebody. And I'm gonna tell you also why, when the narrative is being changed, Elle is right. You ain't gonna see too many of those movies, because if you aren't careful, the way we change the narrative is don't make the movie black exploitation and get money off of it. When you see the real message in it, you start to exploit them.
Yeah.
And that's why once the movie come around, wait, these are systems set up. Wait, everybody can't catch on to this. Stop making those movies.
Yeah.
Trust me. You start to exploit them, and when that happens, they won't be putting that film out no more.
I got one more really good one. Black Dynamite.
Definitely.
fucking dynamite.
Yeah, they put
explain because that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
My brother, I ain't got to say nothing else.
So I'm definitely not disagreeing with you. I'm definitely not disagreeing with you. I agree with you. I just didn't do, and it's my fault. I didn't do the critique to it that I did to like a movie like Life.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't sit back and digest it. Like for instance, one movie that I hate is just totally hate is Hancock with Will Smith.
Wow, because he was a different type of superhero. He wasn't that.
No, he wasn't a different type of superhero. So you realize that Hancock was one of the first black superheroes depicted on the big screen.
Yeah,
he was an alcoholic, right? He had to go to jail, and a white man had to help him. What was his kryptonite?
A white woman.
The closer he got, it was so many subliminals in that movie that it's telling you, leave our women alone or you're gonna die.
No.
The closer he got to that white woman, the more vulnerable he came to being, because when he stayed,
he got weaker.
He was invincible. Nothing could, like, bullets bounced off him. But the more he was around, the closer he got to this white woman, and the longer he stayed around her, the more vulnerable he became.
Because he had a history with her. Don't forget that.
No, but the true history wasn't depicted. They said that they were created in pairs.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be like angels or whatever. It wasn't, the history wasn't depicted. But what was clear was stay your ass away from them Ofays. Leave them pink toes alone.
Yeah.
That's what that was clear. Like, oh, Hancock, everybody hates you, but if you go to jail and let me save you, and he I hated him.
Wilcox on Facebook. Wilcox said black exploitation was out to push people into street life, i.e., Scarface, right? So we know Scarface wasn't black exploitation, but everybody wanted to be Scarface. Everybody in the neighborhood wanted to be Scarface. Scarface made everybody sell drugs.
You can use that as a black that could be a black exploitation.
When nobody black was in it.
Like
I wouldn't say everybody wanted, because Cubans didn't like that.
That's what
most Cubans didn't like that.
They portrayed Cubans.
I'm talking about black people. All the brothers is like, yo, see Scarface, I'm about to go get money. That's what everybody said that.
And you know what's so funny?
Incarcerated Scarfaces.
That wasn't a Nino Brown doing that. That was a Cuban American doing. And we, as African Americans, because when we walk out the door, this is what you see in certain places. So these guys are, like you said, sad to say, are superheroes because they gave the community a lot of free shit.
It's crazy. But yo, I gotta cut it short, man. I gotta run and catch these framers, man. Get this house done. So
let's go, Knicks.
Yo, all the way, Knicks tonight. We're gonna knock their head off tonight, so we good, and we'll go to the next round. Thanks, bruh, for tapping in and saying something good about the Knicks. Thanks, L. You want to say something good about the Knicks?
Go where the next round?
Indiana.
Indiana, probably Indiana.
Oh, we might stop by Junior's and get some cheesecake.
Ride through BK real quick.
Then go there.
Y'all gonna have plenty of time to go get cheesecake. You're riding high right now, but you're gonna have plenty of time to go get some cheesecake.
That's all I want to hear.
Actually, you should go to a sports bar so y'all be able to watch the finals.
We riding high. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Yo, peace and love, man. I gotta run. I'll see y'all later. Tomorrow. Later. TikTok, we out of here. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later, man. Thanks for tapping in. Chris, Wilcox, Kindred, everybody tapped in. I gotta cut it short today. See y'all later. Peace.